Hello, welcome to this yoga practice. We will begin by coming into a lying down position on our back. So bring yourself all the way down, just keeping your feet hip width apart and your knees bent. So come all the way down and just take a moment here just to rest your hands either side of the body with the palms facing down. And to begin with here, just take a long, slow, deep breath in through your nose and exhale fully from the mouth. Again, breathing deeply in and out. One more slow, deep breath into the belly. Exhale, sigh the breath out, relax the breath out of the mouth. And just feeling yourself just arriving here into your body and into your yoga practice. From here, we're going to take our awareness all the way down into the base of our spine, and we're going to draw the tailbone down towards the ground, arching slightly into the lower back. And then you're going to flick your tailbone up towards the ceiling, pressing your lower back into the mat. So again, drop the tailbone down, arching your lower back, and then just flicking the tailbone up, pressing the lower back into the mat. Continue with this movement, and I also want you to be aware of your neck and your throat. So as you flick your tailbone up, you might find that your throat opens, the head slightly looks back, and then as you draw your tailbone down and you arch your lower back, your chin slightly drops towards your chest. So just being aware of your throat center, your thyroid gland, and just working with the base of the spine to begin with. And then we'll start to come up. So the next time you flick your tailbone up towards the ceiling, slight squeeze of your glutes as you lift your hips up, and then slowly placing each vertebra of the spine down onto the mat. And then again, coming up, and this time coming up a little bit higher. Again, squeeze the glutes, lifting the spine off the mat, and slowly coming down. So continue to work with this, working through the spine a little bit higher on each round. And we are coming all the way up into bridge pose. So here lifting the thighs up nice and high, and then again just placing the spine a vertebra at a time down onto your yoga mat. And on the next round, let's go up as high as is comfortable for you. So here, squeeze the glutes, pushing the hips up, coming into bridge pose, Setu Bandha Asana. And as we hold the pose, let's just bring the heels a little bit closer in towards us, engaging through the thighs. And let's draw the shoulder blades closer together and interlock the hands. And from here, ensure that your knees are over your ankles. And we're going to hold here for a few moments as you breathe into your belly. And as you inhale, feel the rise of your belly. As you exhale, feel the belly drop down. Inhale, your belly expands. Exhale, the belly releases. And here the back of the neck is straight and the chin is slightly coming towards the chest. In fact, the chest is coming up towards the chin. And again, just being aware of your throat, your thyroid center, and just noticing your breath. And then from here, we'll start to release. Relax through your shoulders, relax through the arms, and placing the spine all the way back down onto the mat. And as the hips come down to touch the ground, take a deep breath in through your nose and exhale fully from the mouth. From here now, we're going to come into fish pose, Matsya Asana. We're going to lift the hips up and just place your hands underneath your lower back with the palms facing down. We're going to extend the left leg all the way out onto the mat and extending the right leg over the left leg. From here now, you're going to start to lift up through the head, through the chest, and taking your head to look all the way back behind you. And you're coming onto the crown of the head. From here, allow your eyes to close. As you just breathe normally in through the nose and out through the nose, being aware once again of your throat and your thyroid gland. And if you can, start to visualize a blue color at your throat center as you hold the position. Just holding here for another moment. And then coming onto the back of the head, just softening through your elbows, Keep the hands where they are, and we're just going to switch over. So we're going to release the right leg, and we're going to take the left leg over the right leg. And then let's do that once again. So coming into Matsya Asana, fish pose, lifting up through the head and the chest, really opening up through that throat center as you come onto the crown of the head. And again, allow your eyes to close as you hold, and you're just taking your awareness towards your throat center and visualizing a blue color. Visualize a blue color at your throat center, feeling an expanse of blue light at your throat. Take another moment here, and then coming onto the back of the head, softening the elbows, and then from here releasing through the legs. We're going to bend the knees, lift the hips up, and just slip the hands out. And just take a moment here, just take your hands either side of you, the palms down, and just watching your breath. So here now, breathing in through your nose and out through your nose, and just allowing your body some time here just to absorb that practice. So to absorb both the bridge pose and the fish pose, just being aware of your throat center. And then from here, we're going to come into Sarvangasana, shoulder stand. So we are going to start to bring the feet up and the knees up. You're going to hold onto your ankles and place the tiptoes down onto the mat. And then from here, you're going to lift your hips up, squeeze your glutes, and bringing your hips up nice and high. We're then going to take the hands underneath the hips towards the lower back area. And we're going to come up into shoulder stand. So you're going to lift one foot up at a time, coming up into shoulder stand. And here you're going to support your lower back with your hands, and you're going to take your feet directly over your hips. So this is full shoulder stand. If you take your feet a little bit further over your head, you're coming into half shoulder stand. But here, let's keep the feet directly over the hips, pointing through the toes. And let's take a moment just to work with some cycling. So imagine you're riding a bike, just going to cycle the legs. And then let's reverse that movement, going in the opposite direction. And then from here again, just pointing the toes up towards the ceiling. And then let's go a little bit wider with the legs. So let's take them really nice and wide, if space allows, so be aware of your surroundings. I'm going to push the heels out. And then you're just going to turn your legs and your hips from side to side. Just swinging the legs from side to side, and allow a little twist at the hip area. As you do this, allow yourself to be free and open. You can then point the toes. And then let's come into half shoulder stand. So taking the feet together, legs together, and the feet are coming over the head slightly. There's an angle at the hips. And then we'll take this into Halasana, plow pose. So you're going to take the feet all the way over the head, taking them down onto the ground behind you. You're going to interlock your hands down onto the mat. Take a few moments to hold, just breathing deeply in through your nose and out through your nose. And being aware of your throat center. From here, to come out of the position, relax through your hands, and then slowly engage your core. So squeeze your belly button in towards your spine as you release your spine down onto the mat, a vertebra at a time, and then placing the feet down onto the ground. And from here, give yourself a moment. So again, palms down onto the mat, feet hip width apart, knees hip width apart. Allow your eyes to close. Take a deep breath in through your nose. And exhale fully from your mouth. And just giving your body a moment just to absorb that practice. And then from here, we're going to turn onto the right side of the body. And we're going to start to come up. So coming all the way up. And we're going to come into Vajrasana to begin with. So you're going to take your feet underneath you. Allow your big toes to touch, allow the heels to drop out, and just placing the hips down onto the heels. So just take a moment here in Vajrasana, just resting your hands on your thighs, keeping your spine tall, shoulders relaxed. And just take a moment, allow your eyes to close. Be aware of your throat chakra. And once again, you can visualize that blue color within your mind. Allow your eyes to open. And then from here, we're going to lift the hips up. And we're going to get ready to come into Ustrasana, which is camel pose. So you're going to turn your toes under. And your knees are hip width apart, feet are hip width apart. You're going to take your hands onto your lower back to support the lower back. And as we come into this pose, work mindfully at your own pace. If there's anything you can't do, then just stop, take a break. You can come back into Vajrasana and just rest there. So as we come into this position, you're going to squeeze your glutes, push your hips and your thighs slightly forward as you start to open up through your chest, taking your gaze to look up, and then you're going to start to lean back. Take your left hand down onto your left heel, your right hand onto your right heel, and then you're squeezing your shoulder blades together, opening up through the chest, lengthening through the neck, and taking the head to look all the way back behind you if it's comfortable for your neck and your head. And we'll take a few moments to hold here, breathing deeply in through your nose and out through your nose, and keep your mouth closed and your lips closed as you hold this position. From here, start to slowly lift the neck and the head up, coming all the way back down into Vajrasana. I'm just going to hold Vajrasana for a moment. So again, just resting your hands on your thighs. Keep the spine tall, shoulders relaxed. Allow your eyes to close for a moment and give yourself some time to absorb that practice. And we are going to do that for 2 more rounds. So once again, when you're ready, start to come up. Again, knees hip width apart, feet hip width apart, draw your toes under, take your hands onto your lower back and start to lean back. And then again, you can hold it here if this feels more comfortable. If you want to go deeper, then taking your hands onto your heels and lifting up through the chest, taking your head all the way back. Close your eyes and then just hold the position, just working with your breath. Start to draw your head up and coming all the way back down into your Vajrasana, and just take a moment here. Close your eyes, keep your awareness at your throat, at your thyroid gland. Just being aware of this part of your body. And we'll work with that for 1 more round. So again, just allow your eyes to open as we lift the hips up. Again, feet hip width apart, knees hip width apart, draw your toes under. And then from here, take your hands onto your hips and your lower back area. Start to lean back, taking your hands down onto your heels and opening up through that throat. Stretch through the throat, taking the head back. And then start to release. Coming back down into Vajrasana and holding Vajrasana for a few moments. So again, just resting your hands on your thighs. And we're going to stay here for a moment. So if you feel like you need to put a cushion underneath your feet or underneath your hips, take a moment to do so. And then just resting your hands on your thighs, spine is tall, shoulders relaxed. Eyes are closed, awareness is in. And take a few moments to watch your breath. To notice your inhalation, to notice your exhalation. We'll take a long, slow, deep breath in through the nose. Exhale fully from the mouth. Again, breathing deeply in and out. 1 more slow breath in and out. Releasing the control of the breath, allow your breath to return back to its own natural pattern. And once again, just take a few moments to notice that breath, to notice the inhale, to notice the exhale. And then from here, gently allowing your eyes to open as you come back into the room and come back into the space. I hope you enjoyed that practice. That covered your asana practice to work with healing the thyroid. And I will be working with a few more different sections on this. So I'll also be looking at part 2, where we'll be looking at pranayam and bandhas. I will also be looking at mudras, and I'll also be looking at the chakra to help with healing this center in the body. So stay tuned for that over the next few weeks, and I hope you enjoyed this practice. Please do subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. Also, please like this video if you enjoyed the practice, and share it with your friends, your followers, your family, or anyone else who might find it of interest. Thank you so much for being here, and see you in my next video.